Last starting quarterback, 20 games or more in college, Michael Brewer. 7 years ago, big pressure there, still got rid of it, Wells, and Caleb Smith is inside the 25. Oh, Wells.
It's a perfect pressure, but Grant Wells sees the pressure, he stares it down, and he still delivers a strike, and this is how you earn the respect quickly of your teammates.
Wells will take it this time, he is all alone, he is going to score! Grant Wells immediately stamps his name into Virginia Tech's program with an 18-yard touchdown run after a 40-yard strike a couple of plays ago.
Oh, and the offensive coordinator told us he is more athletic than people give him credit for, and there you see it, just a zone read. He's got his eyes on the defensive end, Harris. The defensive end crashes, and he pulls it, and there's no secondary player to account for the quarterback.
Wolf will hand it right back off, and there is a bullet from Nasir Peoples right out of the secondary and right into the backfield for
It'll be an entertaining product because you'll see more teams and more opportunity, but different results.
Wells deep pass complete right to the sideline. Dawan Lofton. There's a long throw from Grant Wells right back to Black. Chance Black, little stutter step across the 45. That was shifty by Black. Yeah. All games on ABC, streaming on the ESPN app. Keyshawn King bounces out of a whole bunch of Monarchs, and King, who looked like he would have nothing, ends up with 14 in the first half. Virginia Tech play-by-play announcer also does some games for us here at ESPN. Here's a big run for Keyshawn King, and Bill's going to have an electric call on this one. We can promise you that. Inside the 20 of first down Tech.
And it's King again. We're going to watch the left guard, Jesse Hansen here, 72. Center, Johnny Jordan. And he just bounces off of guys. He's physical, he's tough, but it's the yards after the
He motions out. Jennings is wide to the left. Wolf looking for Kunst. He is covered up, but somebody is not, and that somebody is Allie Jennings finally, but he lost the ball late, and Virginia Tech's Dax Hollifield was in there. He has the takeaway for the Hokies. Handoff here to King. Keyshawn King had some nice first half runs, and he has a nice second half run to start. Ross from 44. Snap is better, so is the hold. The kick is a beauty. Right down the gut from Will Ross to tie the game at 10. He's calling plays for the second time. Wolf is hit, the ball is out. It's picked up by Virginia Tech's Dax Hollifield. Jaden Keller punched it out, and it's a takeaway for Tech at the 10.
After Hayden Wolf just gets drilled from the blind side, Dax Hollifield, who punched the ball out for Virginia Tech's first turnover earlier in the game, this time right place at the right time.
He'll look to the right. He'll throw to the right. It's King all alone for a Hokies touchdown.
But the thing is no offensive linemen are out in front, so it's not a slow screen. They're just totally confused.
10th play of this drive coming. It'll be a run to Wicks, swimming his way, keeping his balance across the 5, worming down to the 3. Hollifield made the
set to go. It's been raining off and on all day in Blacksburg. It is dry at the moment, and it'll come out to the 25 to get things going. John McNulty, his first year at BC, so a lot of new faces really on both sides of the football for this game. Jurkovic, his first throw, and that's going to be picked off. Intercepted by Chapman. Chapman down the sideline. Armani Chapman.
Basically what happens, Jurkovic's going to throw this ball out to his right. And basically what happens is Chapman just squeezes him to the sideline. You see, Williams is out of balance. You know, you've got to leave enough room. Down at the bottom of the screen, he just gets pushed to the sideline, and they run out of room. It's basically one-on-one, and that jam right there, squeezing him, doesn't leave Jurkovec anywhere to throw the football. It's a heck of a play by Chapman and gives the Hokies phenomenal field position.
A 33-yard interception return to the left shoulder Wells. He's going to hand to him, and straight ahead he goes. He's in for a touchdown. Jalen Holston for 6. The senior from Stockbridge, Virginia, gets the Hokies on the board.
Listen, basically you get these guys up front. Go score with your man. Get him in the end zone and watch what happens. They don't get the initial surge, but then eventually they do, continuing to push. And Holston's able to punch it in, and Virginia Tech, good way to open up, which Holston does.
William Ross, the sophomore kicker, on for the point after. And he sticks it. And a terrific start for the Hokies. Jurkovec looking for some magic here on this throw. Had some time. Now rolling, looking downfield. Flings that one, and it's broken up by the Hokies. Man, was it electric tonight. Come enter Sandman. So first down and 10 for the Hokies. Holston's going to run it. A fire to him, and it's going to be Gosnell to make the catch.
To his left, he's trying to work Blumrick in the flat first, doesn't like it. Here comes Gosnell in the over route once the lights come on. But even coaches are curious.
3rd and 6 for Wells, stepping up. Eludes one tackle, getting free of another. Still on his feet. And a big carry for 12 yards for the quarterback and a first down.
Live to play another down.
And so far, he is 5 of 7, 31 yards passing. 3rd down and short. Holston finds an opening and jumps ahead as he'll pick up a first down.
Just even getting lined up correctly before the snap, BC defensively.
Wells finds an open receiver. It's going to be Blumrick. He shucks a tackler and gets across the 20-yard line. He's proving very tough to bring down on the first hit. Connor Blumrick, a 13-yard gain.
He said he's one of the few guys who's been in my shoes in this offense who's not in the room. And he says you understand what you're going.
From William Ross, the sophomore from Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's going to be 49 yards, this attempt. And the kick is up on the way, and the kick is good from 49.
That obviously doesn't help going on the road, playing a conference opponent.
Wells back to work, and a great big hole opening up for a long run for King. King headed for the end zone, and in he goes for a touchdown. A 65-yard romp.
Watch what happens, a pin and pull. Tight end is going to pin the defensive end. The tackle is going to pull to kick out, give you better angles, and then pull the center up onto this linebacker. It's a pin and pull with the center also pulling and leading up on that linebacker. It's blocked perfectly. Good job of King setting up the block downfield. That's really good all the way around. That's an excellent job by the offensive line, and then King doing really good work in the open field with some help from Jaden Blue.
Putting the pedal down here early on. Opening minutes of the second quarter. And it is up, and it is good to make it 17-0.
Especially since they're not getting much movement with their offensive line.
3 wideouts to the right side for Boston College. Barfield with a catch, but he is upended for a loss on the play. It's going to be a loss of 4.
An accurate throw by Jurkovec. Because he spins Barfield around.
And an air of desperation early for Jurkovec and BC. Here they come again. And he's going to be stopped once more as he's dragged down. Garbutt and Pollard up front. They came on him strong in a loss of 4.
It's a speed rush out here. The tackle loses, and then you're going to end up winning inside. And so basically, Jack Conley, who's filling in at left tackle, just gets beat on the speed rush, and then the pursuit by Pollard.
And Zay Flowers, who has been a non-factor in the game as a wide receiver for Boston College, back to receive. And that'll take a bounce, and he'll let it roll. It keeps on rolling. A Hokies bounce all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's a 66-yard kick.
See here, it's probably room, at a minimum, room to field it. And then by not catching it, Virginia Tech looks like they pick up about another 20 yards.
BC is -6 on the ground tonight. Hand off again, Garwo, and again, absolutely nothing there up front as he is denied by Garbutt. Yeah, this is just about survival on 3rd and 13. On the snap, deep in his end zone, running now, throws it out short, and again, unable to turn it into any kind of a gain, just a 2-yard pickup.
They didn't need the skill position players to step up and help this offensive line.
2nd and 10 at the 32. He wants to put it in the air again. He's going to be hit from behind and dragged down once again, this time by Cole Nelson.
Yeah, and again, it's Klein, the right tackle, and he's just got no chance. You know, relatively slow developing play action, but Jakovic gets to the top of his drop, and he's right there. And so now it's been 3rd and 11 plus throughout the night for
3rd and 15. Just barely got that play off in time, off the pump fake. Jakovic going to go long downfield. He overthrew everybody. Alex Sinkfield running back, play action. Jakovic wants to keep it, and he's denied. Took a pretty good stop, too. Good hit by Chamari Connor.
Does a good job of kind of gritting it out to get the first down.
Time running out here, the first half on BC. Finally some offensive life, and it's going to be incomplete. Dumped over the middle. A flag is down on the play. Jakovic. And it's tipped. The pass is interrupted. The tip by Garbutt. The 6'1", 255-pound senior got a hand on it.
And he told us this week he knew he was going to stand there and take it all in before the Hokies came through the tunnel to get this one underway. Here's Holston finding plenty of room to operate. And off to the near sideline. He picks up a first down.
Great job of BC defensively. They just lose contain completely. It was easy for...
A very rough first half for Jakovic, a talented quarterback. Set some big days. That's going to be fumbled by Garwo, but it's going to be recovered by Boston College. He jumped back on top of it just in the nick of time.
Seen him with the pressure, seen him with a couple stops. It's just an inside move. He's just too quick.
3rd down, 13 for Jakovic from the end zone. In the pocket, here's the pressure. He'll fling that high, and it's going to be out of bounds. Well, Chance Black, freshman, in there to back. On 2nd down and 7, he will rifle that one. It'll be caught by Gosnell and push that for a first down, a 13-yard pickup.
You saw him as he finished there.
Lofton in motion. And a handoff. And pick up a first down. Stopped by Woodby.
Offense will get going. Let's keep fighting. Maybe we have a chance.
Wells back to throw and a long toss. And a tremendous catch down on that sideline. Outstanding play as it's hauled in by Caleb Smith.
Just a simple go route, and I think that really probably should have been a flag thrown as well for holding. Just a great job of bringing it in with one hand by Caleb.
Jalen Holston with him in the backfield on 3rd and 12 from the shotgun. Rifles another one, and that's going to be caught and pick up a first down. Blumrick, who's been used all over the field tonight. 3rd and goal. Wants to throw, and a touchdown. Firing to get Caleb Smith in the end zone. A 3-yard toss, and a touchdown for the Hokies.
It's going to be a little whip route. It's going to start in like a slant and snap it back out, and then Holston does a great job of blocking on the perimeter. And so basically you get a clean throwing lane. Good job blocking on the perimeter. Throw the little whip route to Smith, sell it inside, snap it back out, ball right to the face mask. That's good offense right there all the way around by Virginia Tech for the big bow moment.
Throughout that impressive drive, taking it down to the final minute, 22 of the 3rd. And Ross on for the point after and good. 24-10.
Pretty good.
North Carolina perfect 3-0. A couple of heart stoppers in there. Pressure on Jakovic. He's going to be dragged down. The Hokies all over him again. And once again, Taiwan Garbett, who has been his best friend tonight.
Once again, here he comes from down here, and Nick Thomas, who's in the game at right tackle, just doesn't stand a chance. Just gets way out over his toes, and there's no chance.
Ball on their 40. Down 24-10. Jerkovic on the move again. Looking down. Billy slips and falls. He left it behind. A loose football. Boy, he just lost his footing, Tim, and he went down, and he's in some pain.
Yeah, you know, Jerkovic is pointing for guys to get down the field. I think he's getting ready to wind up and throw it, and slips down. And as he goes down, and then Garbett's knee to the side of the helmet for Jerkovic.
Jerkovic dumping it in the middle, and it's going to be complete, but got nothing out of that really as Gill makes the play. Did pick up 7, but they were long.
Drive, conservative so far this drive.
Back to throw out of the shotgun, fires and complete for a first down. Right on the money to Connor Blumrick.
Talked about the positivity and kind of optimism of his messaging. I think it's probably good for these players, you know, to do that and be able to come.
And a dream come true certainly for him tonight has to be when he came out of that tunnel in this environment, which is just spectacular. The knee down, and that is the ball game. 27-10, the final score here tonight. And the Hokies can celebrate despite the rain.
Atkins Roberts kicks it away. And Virginia Tech plays on the near side with the return. Chance Black. They're going to keep an eye on the run game here early for Virginia Tech. And here is the give. This is Chance Black. Close to a first down out near the 32-yard line. Was the closest Terrier to it, so it makes it 3rd down and 7 now for the Hokies. Virginia Tech hitting about 29% on 3rd down. Here's Wells, shot in the seam of the field, and the catch for Christian Moss. First down, Virginia Tech at the 47. Freshman with his first catch.
We got a flag on the play. This is a great strike. Christian Moss is one of those guys that coaches talked about. They highlighted him.
So here is Wells. And another shot to Moss. Offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen talked about Moss yesterday of the 3 completions for Wells. And Holston now the carry. And he'll close in on a first down. Eddie, you mentioned Holston, Black we've seen, Keyshawn King potentially a go as well. All sorts of variety for Virginia Tech in the run game, and a leaping catch by Lofton. To work with Wells on 2nd down. Here's Wells, a throw to the near side, and the catch is made. That's Connor Blumrick. Wyrick wants to throw on the perimeter and drop.
Wes, I tell you what, they didn't get points out of that drive, but that's got to be a momentum builder for this Wofford offense.
Wobbly kick. Here's Harvey on the run at the 25 and banged out of bounds.
In the locker room post-game, expressing his gratitude for his players' trust. It's like he told us this week, guys, that's half the battle, gaining the trust and the buy-in.
The connectivity of former players like yourself, it all counts with Brent Pry.
Yeah, it all matters. You could tell the passion that he speaks with about the program, reaching out to former players as soon as he got here.
1st and 10, Wofford territory on the 2nd drive for the Hokies. Wells takes a shot, caught.
Just patient enough to let this route develop. Gallo's running a deep out cut, lets it clear the coverage, and Grant Wells throws a strike in there. Very good.
He had a 49-yarder last week. The hold from Moore, and the kick is away. And Ross nails it. 46-yard field goal by William Ross. One of the really good stories on the Virginia Tech roster. Ross has the first points. Another quick throw, this time for Walker off his hands, incomplete. It'll be 3 and out for Conklin's offense. So you saw Holston pick up a couple on first down. Wells now to Holston out of the backfield. That's a first down. Not only Keyshawn King, but Malachi Thomas is still coming back from an injury as well.
That'll be a big get to if they can get him healthy for that Virginia Tech game. For that West Virginia game, that'd be big.
Caleb Smith, the first down catch across the midfield line.
This is that Virginia Tech offense you're going to see. It's not too many home run threats on this team, so run the in routes.
At Truist Field in Winston-Salem, and then tonight we'll wrap it up with Dave O'Brien, Tim Hasselbeck, Kelsey Riggs at Tigertown for Clemson and Louisiana Tech. You see Christian Moss, another catch, Eddie, on the back end.
Stepping up in the ball placement by Grant Wells.
Middle of the field for the junior from Rock Hill, South Carolina. And the kick for Ross is perfect. They're going to hand it to Walker, and I don't think so. Dax was the first guy in. Holston averaging 4 yards a carry on his first 7. He'll get it on 2nd and 5. He's got the first down and more. Played well last Saturday night against Elon in Spartanburg. Here's a throw down the seam and a big leaping grab by Jaden Blue for the first down. Come and throw, Eddie.
I tell you what, you want to get on your quarterback's good side. You make plays like this, a throw over the middle.
And now 2nd. And a quick throw. And Jaden Blue another catch on a knee at the 11, and that'll be just enough for the first down.
It's Boston College down the sideline and then for the touchdown. So he's a guy that Virginia Tech needs.
3rd down for the Hokies. Wells going to tuck, cut upfield, and I think Grant Wells is going to have the first down. Holston driving and in.
Just keeping those legs moving, putting 6 on the board for the Hokies. We'll see if one of them can get over 100 yards today, but very nice start, powerful run.
So Holston gets his 2nd rushing score of the year. He's already tied his career. Richie, the tight end, in motion. Wyrick going to be sacked. Cole Nelson.
Wes, I'll tell you what, this is a coverage sack because he had his time early on. He just couldn't find anybody. Great job by Nelson to be able to dip that shoulder and come around the corner.
Rallied here a little bit in this first half. Here comes another blitz, and Wyrick's going to be sacked. Breon Murray.
So nice job dialing up the cornerback blitz. The running back doesn't see it in time. Very good play call on 3rd and long.
He's also gone over 1,000 yards in his career rushing in this first half too, Eddie, as Jalen Holston.
He's done a great job today. A nice job by Virginia Tech milking that clock a little bit as well.
Here's Wells. Going to take the long shot for... Is that Blue hanging on? Yes. Is that a catch for Jaden Blue? They're going to measure it so at the 38 of Wofford.
Right side of the field, and Blue does a great job of stemming inside, then giving himself enough room on the sideline to be able to drag them feet in.
And here's Gosnell on the perimeter. Knocked out of bounds at the 24 by Wadsworth. 3rd and short. They're going to run it with Holston, and Virginia Tech's going to get the first down.
Holston on the carry.
Come into the package here on the near side. You see the career high for Holston. There's the throw to the goal line, and touchdown for Jaden Blue.
This is a zone coverage look, and you run these crossing routes to clear out the zone for that guy in the middle. Grant Wells throws a strike. Nice touchdown for Jaden Blue. You want to get those linebackers out of there. You see 34 running across the screen. That opens up the window for Jaden Blue. Nice throw by Grant Wells. Nice job by Virginia Tech and Tyler Bowen calling this game.
11-yard score to Blue. Point after by Ross. Played 4 games last year, did not have a rushing attempt. There's Gosnell's catch for the first down, stretching to the 48 ahead of Eman Ward.
Be a little bit more aggressive. Looks like they're...
Wyrick wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. Ball popped loose. Walker fell on it. C.J. McCray knocked it loose. Transfer.
Yeah, McCray was a guy I saw on tape, and I had to go back and look at the roster and saying, who is this guy? Because he looked different than the guys that have been at Virginia Tech in the past. He had a little bit something.
Atkins Roberts, another punt for G.J. Harvey, who stands at the Hokie 40, and the Virginia Tech punt rush almost got there. Fair catch for Harvey around the 31. 20-0 Virginia Tech. It's a very busy Saturday in week 3.
I don't know that I'm 6'7" to be able to get to it, but I would have caught it.
Here's Wells, wide open Gallo, first down out to the 44. Powers the linebacker, making the tackle on Nick Gallo.
First down.
Quick throw, trying to weave it back through to DeJetti. And he's going to be tackled at midfield. I mean, you know, all those things, right? I mean, the emotions of playing here for him. His dad tried to have a football career. He got sidetracked as a walk-on by a medical condition. He might not give you $1,000 like that guy got for making the kick, but... Fourth quarter underway. Wells throws, and Gosnell a great catch into Wofford territory.
Eyes and shoulders to the flat route to make the cornerback stay down low to give him a little bit more of an opening.
Fineable or fireable?
Depending on who you are.
Third down throw, Gallo the catch. First down, Virginia Tech. We move into William Ross range early in the fourth here. Duke stays in the ballgame. These are valuable reps for Bryce Duke, by the way. Here's Wells, wheel route for Duke. Caught it! Touchdown!
Gotta love what you're seeing from these Hokies. And Grant Wells throws a dime to Bryce Duke. First career touchdown. Hokies getting 6. 27-0 as they lead in the fourth quarter.
Grant Wells throws for his second score, and it's 27-0.
You start looking up at the clock, you know you got this game pretty much in hand, but you still got to continue to play well.
Wow. Peter Moore cuts that one loose. KO took a huge lick. My goodness. 300-yard game of his college career. There's a quick throw and a catch. Kakavitsas. Brown shoots it, center of the field. Jalen Jones the catch, first down. And Wofford's going to do it with their 13th straight loss, by the way. Second longest in FCS. To Wagner, who will play Syracuse later in the month. They will not. Wofford has lost 3 straight games to open the season for the first time in 55 years. It's been since 1967 that that's happened in Spartanburg. But Virginia Tech's going to go to 2-1.
We're playing football here at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, Virginia. Lewis, let's bring out J.T. Daniels in this West Virginia offense. So Lewis, here we go. Early third down, and it's C.J. Donaldson, the true freshman, checking in. He swings out of the backfield. J.T. goes that way, and a great job by the Hokies defense. Nasir Peoples forces him out of bounds.
Into the curl flat area. And you're going to watch, he's going to read this perfectly. He's going to play with patience. You see him, he's tracking him the entire time. Good solid tackle.
Third and long for the Hokies. Wells tied across the middle. Caught in a first down. That is Caleb Smith moving the chains for the Hokies.
And those are the kind of plays they expect him to make.
High snap to Peter Moore. Does a great job corralling it to get the punt take off. And I tell you what, you want to see what Virginia Tech special teams in a nutshell? High snap, corralled, out at the 1 yard line, and a beautiful punt of 48.
Game like this is going to be all about field position, right? You see who's going to blink first. Well, Virginia Tech is playing to their strengths.
Virginia Tech would love to keep it to a field goal. Here it's Mathis again trying to spin away from tacklers, unable to do it.
He's going to get no help from the corner.
That's where JT's going. He goes up top. And West Virginia cannot convert it into a touchdown. Dorian Strong on the coverage. That's Connor Blumrick, former quarterback in the backfield. He shifts out to the left. Empty backfield for Wells. That's where he's going to go. Blumrick over the middle. And a nice job, quarterback to former quarterback, and a first down, Virginia Tech. Play clock down to 5. Wells to throw. Looks outside. It's tipped and caught. Caleb Smith, right place, right time, and a gain of 17. And the Hokies take advantage.
And how lucky is Grant Wells on this throw?
2nd and 10 for Grant Wells and the Hokies. Plenty of time for Wells. Going to take a shot deep. Has a receiver. Caught. Touchdown Hokies. Caleb Smith, 28 yards. And the Hokies grab the lead.
It's just a great story. He's a former walk-on, comes from an athletic family. You see here, Wesley McCormick just starts staring at the wide receiver, staring back into the backfield at the quarterback, loses leverage on Caleb Smith, doesn't play a top down. He allows him to get behind him, can't find the football.
Virginia Tech has now made a nation lead.
But you may have another one-on-one situation for Bryce Ford Wheaton.
Tony Mathis drops the ball. Tried to get to the second level. It was shifty. Mathis fumbles. Strong recovers. Turnover.
On the field was a fumble. Recovered by the defense. First down.
So after a Virginia Tech touchdown, Jalen Stroman and the Hokies offense comes up huge. Forces the turnover. Wells time. Good shot to the sideline, and that is a big-time throw.
And Christian Moss is one of those guys that Brent Pry told us. He told him, he challenged him. You see him.
Daniels. Time. Downfield. Intended for Caden Prather. And Armani Chapman had himself a series. Big 3rd and 3 after Jalen Griffin, the injured player for the Hokies, taken off the field. Why not give it to Donaldson? And the Hokies were ready for it. No gain. Taiwan Garbett, the big tackle.
But that's just a nice job of taking an easy completion, gaining 5 yards. Now you're in 2nd and management.
Again, quick throw. Again over the middle. Caleb Smith, who scored the touchdown. Here comes the tempo at a gain of 12.
Deontay Jenkins again read the play perfectly, just missing the tackle in the open field.
They are calling plays quick as it's Johnson up the middle. Can Virginia Tech's defense get off the field again? It's C.J. Donaldson, and he is stopped. Daniels to the corner, wide open. He dropped it. Michael Laughlin had a touchdown, and he dropped it. Back to throw. Out of the backfield, that's King. Able to make a man miss. First down, Virginia Tech. Longest run overall by the quarterback. Grant Wells. Out of the backfield, it's King. He's got a block. Here goes King. Has space. And another big gain out of their home run threat. Lewis, you said it. Get him the ball by any means possible. Stephen Gosnell, key block, and a gain of 20. Let's take a look at that play a second ago by Keyshawn King. You said the block by Gosnell could have been called a hold, but either way, they're getting King the ball and finding a way.
Yeah.
Will Ross on for a 44-yard attempt. First year playing college football. First game was against ODU, and Ross's kick right down the middle. Lewis, that's going to be close. 6th first down by way of penalty for the Mountaineers. Can Daniels take advantage? Pocket collapses. Daniels goes down. That's Mr. Lunch Pail, Taiwan Garbett. What a play by West Virginia. First sack of the night.
You're going to see Garbett come off the right side of your screen here. So they're running the football, and they're running it very well.
Still just a 2-score game. They're going to run it on 3rd down. C.J. Donaldson. Big hit by Virginia Tech. That was Chamari Connor coming up. By the way, if the Mountaineers, which it looks like they're going to do, keep that Black Diamond trophy, Lewis, this is the last game between these two rivals on the schedule. So who knows when they'll get an opportunity for this again. As much as any program in the country, Virginia Tech, Lewis, is one of those. You see the pass complete to the outside. It'll be a first down. Hokies.
West Virginia has them all over this roster. They have a bunch of really good athletes.
That's a big play for Virginia Tech. Chance Black out of the backfield, getting the first down and a gain of 20.
And if the young secondary can continue to gain confidence, play fast, not have mistakes, prevent big plays, because if they can do all those things, and I know that sounds like a lot, they'll be in every game.
You know, they left 6 on the board a couple of times. But if you're Neil Brown, you win a rivalry, second rivalry game of the season on the road.
He gets down so late. He's taking a couple hits even when he's giving himself up.
Incomplete as he wanted Caleb Hood out of the backfield. So out of the shotgun. He'll rifle that one and complete to pick up the first down. They have been pushed around up front. 2nd down and 4. He's going to rifle that one again and caught. Completed pass and a big gain here. It'll be Caleb Smith. And he will be dragged down. A first down finally.
Run on, but they've also given up big plays. It's just an RPO. You see the ball get pulled out of the back's belly, and Storm Duck, who's in coverage, he just falls. Just slips and falls down. The surface is wet, but he goes down, and Caleb Smith is able to just turn.
6 on field goals. This is from 34 yards to put the Hokies in front. And he is going to drill it. Make him 7 for 7. 2nd and goal. Craig May out of the gun. Hampton once again diving forward. Another pretty good stop. This one by Jalen Griffin, the defensive end.
Just unblocked guys, coming into the backfield. Here's Griffin, and I don't know. It doesn't look like they're reading it because May is not looking.
Well, so far with 5 touchdown passes on the year. Also picked off 5 times. Here's King, and King goes down after picking up a first. 2nd and long for May. On the move, here's Hampton again. Trying to get outside, lost it, but out of play. 3rd and 2, and it's Duke to the center. And gains the first down. Cedric Gray with his 48th tackle. Wells trying to get that first down. Handoff here for Duke, straight ahead. And he's got it. And first down, they'll move the chains to a 21-3 lead. First down and 10 for the Tar Heels. They're on the move again. And he's really pared down the running backs today. Caleb Hood there on the carry. And
hopefully soon.
3rd down and 6. May to his right, gets rid of it, and he'll fling that out. Flushed out of there. Lots of new faces for Virginia Tech on the offensive side of things. They'll stay on the ground here. And Holston with the carry, and we'll move the chains. On 2nd down, on the ground again, trying to bust outside. It's King. He had some room to operate before he's taken down.
And King does a nice job of just sorting his way through there. Good blocking up front. And then Cameron Kelly finds himself out of position.
3rd and 5, and they're coming for him. He gets it off and complete. Completed to right the tight end for a 10-yard gain. Brad Wells to throw and complete. And a tough catch made by Lofton. And checking the spot. Looks like he got it. Keep in mind, Virginia Tech will get the ball to start the second half. Wells will tuck. He's running for the end zone. He's in for 6. Grant Wells with a touchdown.
Quarterback draw. Johnny Jordan, the center, is going to lead up, and you get Holston leading up. And just look at the path as you sell pass originally. That's pretty good blocking up front, and all you need to get Grant Wells into the end zone for the score to cap off what was a hard-fought drive for the Hokies offensively.
14 plays, 69 yards, and they had the football for 5:04. And the point good, 21-10. Wells has another idea. Going to hand that one off, and they will pick up the first down. Bryce Duke, the freshman, with the carry for 3 yards. On the move, Wells will throw to the near sideline, and that's going to be complete.
You get a sense of Grant Wells' arm strength because he's kind of running away from where he's trying to throw the football, and then a good job of working the sideline by Lofton. Clearly catches it. In fact, his 2 feet in and football team, but they need him healthy. They need him getting down and getting out of bounds, not getting injured.
So the sophomore Criswell back, throwing for the end zone, deep in the end zone, batted away.
Pretty good athletes in that family.
Yes, and all in Carolina blue, except for one brother who went to Florida to play baseball. First down and 10. He wants to get it in the air again. On the move again. Trying to break free. He did from one man, got free of Cole Nelson for a moment. Lately, Virginia Tech has been dominating this series, including a victory last year, 17-10 at Blacksburg. I was running out of there. Low toss, but it's going to be complete. And caught on the far sideline by Jalen Jones. 3rd and 7 with 11 minutes left in this contest. May again. Airs it out. Diving effort, but incomplete. As he wanted Paceauer on that one, but could not connect. With 10:55 remaining. And that is no good. Dave's done such a great job of taking guys and putting them in positions to be successful. Maybe not the position they played in high school.
Hasn't been confused, and that'll be the challenge to try to slow him down.
Jason Brown in at quarterback here for Virginia Tech. And it's Black trying to run outside. Met by Cedric Gray. Came in with 47 tackles and an interception. 3rd and 6 for Criswell. Had a roll and fire. It was tipped and incomplete.
Maybe slightly over that now. But you're talking about 4 yards per play, on the night. That's pretty good work by the Tar Heels defensively.
We'll pick up a first here. Gosnell really took a lick there. He's a North Carolina transfer.
Gosnell's a runner, so he's not defenseless. This ends up being if it's crown of the helmet.
Game really went Carolina's favor big time in the 3rd. And got the pass to Jones, the wide receiver, for a first down.
So the trust and relationship that gets built is important.
3rd and 11. Criswell running to hit.
Keyshawn King, one of the deep guys. There'll be no return. He's back there with Bryce Duke. So the Hokies will start. 3rd and 6 or less. Flags thrown. Might be a free play. Wells going to take the shot. Downfield. Caleb Smith. A catch in pit territory around the 40-yard line, Roddy.
Nice play by Bengali Kamara.
Peter Moore to punt it to MJ Devonshire. Throws it high in the air off the right foot. And well done by the Hokies. They down the ball. You see Carter Johnson and Gavin Bartholomew in motion. And here's Abanikanda trying to get to the right side and just gets beyond the goal line, Roddy. Boy, Virginia Tech, Josh Fuga.
Watch 6 on the left side of your screen, right in the middle of your screen. Does a nice job cutting in front of Jake Cradle, the starting center, who's replaced Owen Drexel.
Slovis from under center, straight ahead. Abanikanda just trying to drive out and nothing. 2nd and short. Play fake. Wells wants to take the shot for Caleb Smith. Got it! Flag thrown on the ball against It's A.J. Woods. A terrific throw by Wells. There's a flag where the ball was thrown from and where it was caught.
No kidding. Got Deslin Alexander coming off the edge. That ball's long gone. And I'm not sure he hits Grant Wells all that hard. Really struggled running the football.
Almost 5 yards a carry a year ago for the Hokies. And here is Thomas's first carry and a Virginia Tech touchdown.
The interior of this offensive line, the surge that they create, like Braylon Moore, number 61, up on the linebacker. And then Malachi Thomas just finished it.
That's Gallo, the tight end, in motion. Wells going to keep and turn the corner. First down, Virginia Tech. And Grant Wells steps out of bounds for a Hokie first down. Shane Simon closed the angle for Pitt.
Watch how they kind of try and play in between the dive and the quarterback. Squeezed down by, like that was under 300 total yards in 3 of its last 4 games. The one where they were over was Wofford.
Thomas lowers the shoulder, first down. With Roddy Jones, Taylor Davis, West Durham, welcome back. Second quarter underway. Malachi Thomas, who's got the Virginia Tech touchdown, squeezes to a Hokie first down at the 29. On ACC Network, always on the ESPN app. Wells on second and long. That's another catch for Caleb Smith and a reroute for a first down. Can still put the Hokies in front. 18-yard chip shot. And it is good.
And other than the big run of Bannacan, it's been a tough go for Pitt.
Pistol here for Slovis. Wants to take a shot. Zips it off the hands of Bradley and intercepted. Keontae Jenkins comes up with the pick.
The ball was tipped, intercepted by Virginia Tech. First down.
Last Saturday night here.
They do. And the ball is just a little bit high. He's trying to go over the referee. And while that ball is high, it's off the hands of Jaden Bradley. And he gets up looking at Keaton Slovis, tapping himself. I don't know if he's saying, hey, that's on me or hit me in the chest. But either way, ends up in an interception.
King returns. He'll get the carry. Slides through. 10-5. Virginia Tech in the end zone with Keyshawn King. Second touchdown run of the year.
Watch the linebackers. You're going to get a little cross stunt. Servassier Dennis on the backside is going to get picked off on the counter. It opens up a wide open hole. Keyshawn King just explodes through it. Only scoring 10 last week already. 16 on the board.
2 plays, 25 yards. The interception in 3rd and 7 for Slovis. From the pocket. And couldn't tell if it was Bradley or Wayne that was the intended receiver, Roddy. Wells going to run straight with Malachi Thomas, and he will pick up the first down out to the 32. A dozen for Thomas. 2nd and 10. Wells hit as he throws, and Smith, a terrific catch again. Right in front of the Pitt bench goes Caleb Smith.
Sideline to work with so that he's able to fade away from the defender, Devonshire, and be able to catch that football.
Here is Wells on a follow play, and he will pick up the first down. Pistol set on 2nd and 2. Abanikanda tries to hit the cutback, and that's a heck of a play, and that is Peoples. Slovis going to throw here, looking inside now. He couldn't get Bradley underneath.
Carolina guy playing well at Clemson. Jordan Travis is playing as well as anybody in the conference.
Abanikanda snowed under. Fuga. Tempo here on 2nd and short for Frank Signetti Jr. And boy, the Hokies, Jalen Griffin.
Overall, I think the entire front 7, the run fits, have lacked consistency.
Vincent Davis has come in now, and Griffin will wrap him up. So now it's 4th down. 3 receivers and Bartholomew, the tight end. Rush coming. Slovis cutting it loose for Means. Broken up by Connor. Late here in the 3rd, trailing 2 scores. Quick throw on the perimeter. This is Wright, the tight end, to work. Daquan Wright.
They were going to make some adjustments. Some of the adjustments, I think, were at linebacker. Tyler Wilkes, we've seen him a lot more in the second half.
He's in there now. Here's Wells with a ton of time, throwing deep, and it is caught! Touchdown for Lofton!
Extended the play enough. Marquez Williams, I think he lost focus just a little bit. Looks back for the football. Dewan Lofton is able to get away from a little push-off, not called by the officials.
Career long catch for Lofton, and the point after is drilled through. They're going to bring 5. Slovis will go down. Hokies got there. Jaden McDonald again. Well done by Chris Marvin, Brent Pry, huh?
First sack in 2 weeks. McDonald shoots through, brings down Keaton Slovis.
Snap, tough. Got to get rid of it. It's blocked. And it is recovered in the end zone for the touchdown. Nike Johnson falls on it for the score.
Special teams have been pretty lackluster for Virginia Tech today until right now. The snap wasn't able to be handled. Nike Johnson blocks the punt, finishes it in the end zone, and now Virginia Tech's got to go for 2. You're down 2. The offense is out on the field. Might be worth Brent Pry. Play clock isn't running yet.
Abanikanda trying to get started and cannot, Roddy. Again, Virginia Tech, Cole Nelson, Norrell Pollard. Slovis. Gonna look, take the shot. Bradley is there and couldn't come back and make.
Piece McTouchdown today.
Oh my goodness. Here's Wells, and this is Wright. And he's got a first down out across the 40.
Single receiver to the top in a condensed formation.
Wells quickly right side. That's Wright, the catch, and a first down.
That might be the deciding factor.
Here's a straight draw. Malachi Thomas, big run, and taken out of bounds at the 20. And a first down.
It's a little counterplay on a third down, and Thomas gets out in the open field. The offensive line opens up a big...
That's Bub Means wide to the left. 2 tights for Pitt. And Davis cannot skate away from Cole Nelson. So 3rd and 13 now for Slovis. Here's Bradley working his way back downfield for a couple of yards. 2 to go now. Hokies have 2 timeouts. And another quick throw, and that's Naquan Wright.
Much closer than that score might indicate. Left side, second level, first down and more. Malachi Thomas, and you just heard Wiley talk about him. He makes an immediate impact.
Here against Syracuse, we came to town right here in Lane Stadium, and number 24, we had to add him to our list. He wasn't even on the 2. That's how you spring those big ones. Miami looking for some more big plays. They got one the first play of the game.
That's going to be a loss of Knight is the back. To the left of Van Dyke, a sophomore from Glastonbury, Connecticut, and Suffield Academy. Loss of 1. 3rd and short. Virginia Tech 0 for 2 in this situation so far. Boy, that is right on the line and good enough. From their own 49. Van Dyke avoided the first wave, but not the second, and he goes down. Taiwan Garvin, loss of 6. Also there, number 6 for Virginia Tech.
They've done a pretty good job to this point protecting Van Dyke, but how about Garvin? He really seems happy with the Miami Hurricanes helping coach these guys up now.
Complete on the edge. Caleb Smith for the pass from Grant. They'd only had 28 penalties all season. This is 3rd and short. The pile moves to the 36-yard line. Grant Wells hung on to it and got 2. 31st consecutive meeting between the programs. Wells, daylight up the middle. Trying to get out near midfield, and there's a penalty marker thrown in the Miami secondary.
15-yard penalty pass, play. First down.
There you have it. Good shot at it right up the middle as Wells tries to get past that second weight on third down. 6 of 8 so far here today.
Van Dyke pressured, got it away, sailed it.
Here's a third down and 8. He flanks Van Dyke on a big third down as this defense tries to get off the field.
6 of 9 on third down for Miami. Van Dyke a strike short of the marker. 4 of the last 5, 7 of the last 10. They've split their ACC meetings, 9 wins apiece. J.R. Walker comes up to make the play defensively. Van Dyke with the time. Throws it near the 40. That is short of the first down marker at the 38 to Colby Young. 3rd and 7 in the bright sunshine of Blacksburg. Van Dyke taking off. Gets hit at the 7. I was talking about starring roles for the 4th coming up. Bates also a star in the movie Waterboy. But you already knew that. Knighton. That's the most by a quarterback against an FBS opponent this season. Not going to be able to throw this one. Thanks to the Virginia Tech defense and Taiwan Garbett. It's another sack for him.
Hands are so important. They're bottom on the edge there, rushing, coming underneath. And if you're not using those hands and you're chest to chest, you're all tied up with those all.
John F. Kennedy Jr. Wells threw it. First down yardage up past the 45-yard line for Lofton.
A nice drive, and you do that with back-to-back good plays. Here you go on the ground.
So while he runs that one for a first down, James, he is 12 of 20 through the air for 88 yards. He got 12 on the scamper.
Got to be careful with those hands.
Wells. He got out of the pocket. Take the pass going down the sideline. Wells makes a cut at the 5. He stepped out. Stepped out at the 10.
It's a little Sandlot style here. That pump fake when you're down the field. Give him a little pump, frees the defender, and then turns it upfield. A little bit of grit. There's a step out at the 10-yard line. Nice call by the official.
17-yard run, James, is the longest play from scrimmage today. How about just 2 for 10 on third down? Out on the edge. Racing to the pylon and diving. Malachi Thomas and a touchdown. Virginia Tech. What a play by Thomas.
Wells knows who to get it to. 24, like Kiefer Sutherland. When it's all on the line, it's 20-7.
Will Ross for the extra point. 14 yards on the TD score of 14 yards in this quarter from Grant Wells. He'll operate from his end zone. What a great catch on the edge. Thomas, first down, flag is out.
Now another huge third down with their backs to their own goal line. They use him again to move the chains.
And he's coming off a foot injury. That pass is complete. This is Wright. He's past the 30-yard line, and that'll move the chains as well. 12 yards on the play.
And then run it to the paint.
4 receivers to choose from. Van Dyke has to heave it. That's out of bounds. Colby Young, the closest Miami receiver.
A couple little plays. It hasn't been very pretty for Virginia Tech offensively.
At the 25. Catch and a move. Lofton still fighting his way up to the 40.
Fox was Mesidor, and man, he's making me look good here today.
Wells on third down. Exits the pocket. He's got some room to go. He's looking at that marker, and he gets ripped down to the turf and knocked down, and all kinds of flags come out. Over the middle, twisting, catch made, inside the 5, Nick Gallo. They got it on fourth down. They'd only been 2 of 8 all season on fourth down. 4th and 10 for Virginia Tech on this drive, and it's Gallo.
Wow, and it's an even better catch than Great catch, great throw, back-to-back catches there for Gallo. He got cut down the last time. Now he's got him knocking at the door.
First and goal, that's Wells trying to batter his way to the goal line, and he's in for the Hokies. A 3-yard touchdown run. Grant Wells
goes back across the grain, catches that ball with his hands. And how about the quarterback, Grant Wells? Gutty goes head-to-head with Corey Flagg and able to roll in. Got everything going their way for him for the most part here today. But now, a touchdown away, Tom, from being in the lead with 3:20 remaining.
0 rush yards for Miami in the quarter. They'll throw it. They got nothing, and they're going to have to like it. Loss of 2. Out to Prince.
Based on that performance, as we've got trips, first possession of the game. Quick throw to Chambers. That's Thayer Thomas on a quick screen. And that Virginia Tech defense, a nice job there by Chamari Connor, making his 45th consecutive start tonight.
And getting into right now 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets, and creating a power run formation to run the ball downhill.
2nd and 5. That's Thomas again, and that's another first down for Virginia. We'll pay that off in a minute. Big third down, though. Chambers sets his feet. Overshoots Thayer Thomas, incomplete.
Very polite at all times, the officials. Maybe ask a quick question.
3rd and 8. Blitz comes. Down goes Morris. That is Jalen Griffin, who got hurt against Miami. And we have now seen 3 possessions, 3 punts.
Well, I think they had him down in a 3rd and short, manageable situation. They get the false start, possibly in 4-down territory. So you could take a shot right here and come back and try to get it on 4th down.
They'll stay on the ground, and Virginia Tech's defense was there on the NC State offense. J.R. Walker, that's a good job by the Hope. 9th play of the drive. Blitz is on. Not able to get picked up. Down goes Morris. Another good job by that Hokies defense. You knew they were going to be aggressive tonight with the young quarterback. That is Alan Tisdale.
And that's what they want to do when you have the quarterback. Give them the looks. And, you know, your 2 top players, Dax Hollifield and Alan Tisdale, the guys they love on this defense, they depend on showing the double A gap blitz, playing man-to-man down the field, and getting MJ Moore.
3rd and 17. Morris time. Sees that he can run. And perhaps gave up on that one just a little early. Jaden McDonald is there to bring him down after a game. Play clock at 5. Chambers gets the snap off. Quick throw to the outside. That is incomplete, intended for Houston. Tech chooses to go tempo. They gave him 7, so 2nd and 3. Pressure comes. Low snap. Good job getting it away. First down, Virginia Tech. Caught by Daquan Wright. First down to start the second half. Ball just shy of the 40. Malachi Thomas play through. Grant Wells, great job looking downfield. And already there's Daquan Wright again. Completely different start to the offense after a gain of 36. Hayden White brings him back.
Unbalanced line right there with the tackle over. He was on, if you look at him, the tight end is on the nub side where a tackle usually is. A play action pass, and the coverage loses him because that's not a normal
goal for the Hokies. What a start to the 3rd quarter for them. Ball at the 5.
Same unbalanced formation right here with the tight end on the opposite side.
And how about that? We've got 6 in Raleigh. Touchdown, and completely dormant in the first half. That is a way to start the 3rd quarter. So 6 plays, 78 yards. You
might not think they're the best team in the country, but their body of work so far, I think, is the most impressive of any team in America.
The first college football playoff rankings released Tuesday, November 1st. The college football playoff top 25 show presented by Allstate as we get ready for the release. We saw MJ Morris on the NC State drive prior to that with Brew Corrigan in here with us. Nothing coming. So here comes Virginia Tech taking a shot downfield like Coach said. There you have it. Big play. Hokies. Caleb Smith. Touchdown.
We've been waiting. They got Caleb Smith one-on-one on a first down opportunity. Take the shot down the field right there. They create, if you create a one-on-one opportunity, give your best receiver an opportunity to make big plays down the field. They've talked about how Grant Wells throws a great deep ball. He threw a great deep ball right there, beating. That's how you get the game turned around and get your offense going in the right direction.
I don't know and intend. Again, Wells time, but he was forced to leave his feet. Had a receiver and is caught. What a grab by Malachi Thomas. Got one-on-one out of the backfield. Wells led him. He dove.
And that's what, when you have your players come back, the Malachi Thomas, who they love and thinks one of their playmakers, that picks the team up, and he comes up, steps up, make a huge catch.
The return
this is the time.
Thomas.
This is the time you come after it. You designed this block scheme. They were coming after that one in the game. That's the time to go do it and try to come after him.
Bayer's going to give it a shot. Tries to extend it out. Drops the ball. Just has to fall on it and protect it. Had to run backwards, but it's better than fumbling the ball and then recovering. Drake Dewey. Now Virginia Tech ready for the run. So this third quarter could not have gone any better to this point for Virginia Tech. Third and long, miscommunication between receiver and quarterback. And it'll be another punt for NC State. It was Devin Carter.
It's a smooth shift. They can do it. They just don't want any exaggerated arm movements.
Wells stands in there, knew he was going to take a hit. Caleb Smith got turned around and twisted back just in time with Shaheem Battle on the coverage.
But they're throwing the ball down the field. He gave him a chance. Just give your receiver a chance to make some plays on these deep balls down the field. You have a big play receiver with Caleb Smith with size. Give him the opportunity to go up and make a play on the ball, and he does that.
Let's go down to Harry.
Look, he's got Caleb Smith one-on-one at the top of the screen. Let's see if he goes up top.
Designed run for Wells. Read the blitz. Grant Wells, can he get one more block? And they rule him out at the 1 yard line. Johnny Jordan, the key block, needed one more.
And it was a design quarterback draw against the blitz. He does a great job. Patience to let it open up. And there's just enough time that opens up from Johnny Jordan, makes the block and holds on to it to spring him free. You might take a look at this.
He's happy all the time. Wells' second rushing TD of the half.
Civil conversations with official.
In a bunch formation, bottom of the screen, empty backfield. Incomplete. So it'll be a touchdown for NC State that they'll need if they want to win this football game. Armani Chapman covered.
Or Raleigh special. Oh, quick spring to the flat.
They are 0 for 2 on 2-point conversions, and because of it, now Virginia Tech. That's a big stop by Mario Kendrick.
Wells is 9 of 11 as well. He wants to do it himself. That's a Hokie touchdown. A couple of quality returns. Number 11 in maroon, orange, and white. Shanahan with the win inside the 10. Holloway. 30-yard line, Holloway. Holloway to midfield. Holloway down the sideline. Holloway all the way for Virginia. Yes, we did. 2019, it's batted and caught and into the end zone. It's a touchdown, Virginia Tech. Got it, took it into the end zone. Touchdown is going to stand.
Wow.
Working on the 2-point conversion. They're going to get tricky. Looking to throw it into the end zone, and the play never developed.
He has one for Bud Foster. So do I. Kyle Lowe puts his foot into the football. Hokies won the toss and deferred. And a tremendous job in kickoff coverage there. He is a monster on that edge, and he'll defend some of the zone read running game. Another veteran, 48th career game for Garvin. On 3rd and 5, Duke goes incomplete to the near side wideout. Young man comes in from Western Illinois. He's the leading tackler on his team from the safety spot. Blue Devils certainly struck gold in the portal. Deep ball down the sideline. DeJuan Lofton, touchdown, Virginia Tech. 53 yards.
waited too long to let it go. See, he looks right, and then he comes back left, got the go route down the left sideline, and DeJuan Lofton is able to track that ball coming down with the defender closing on him. Does an excellent job of squeezing the football as the defender arrives.
The freshman from Spartanburg in his first PAT looks pretty smooth. 7-0. 3rd and 7. Leonard with time, incomplete to the feet of Samir Hagans.
Morris has stepped in, is playing outstanding quarterback for Dave Dorn.
Wells back to the air, zips it to Caleb Smith. That was a dart since 1951. Wells steps up, hits his open dump man, DeJuan Lofton. And that will move the chains. Sometimes you don't need to be fancy. Just take what's there. Hollifield, you can bet, going to keep his eyes on Leonard. Moving to his right. Leonard tucks and runs, and it will be 4th down. Good discipline there from the Virginia Tech defense.
Man coverage outside at the top of the screen, one-on-one.
Leonard instead goes to the bottom of the screen, and it's intercepted. Mansour Delane looked like he was the intended target. It's his first career pick. Leonard had marched him down, but then a bad throw. Virginia Tech gets the stop.
That's a bunch of guys that can run the rock.
Keep it on the ground on 3rd and down. Almost the type of play to set up a 4th down go. Hokies struck about a minute and a half into the game, led 7-0. Duke has scored 10 straight since and looking for more. Replay booth does not buzz down. 3rd and 11, pressure coming, and it's incomplete. But this is the longest kick for the 18-year-old as a college football player. Polino missed it. Kickoff out of bounds. Holding penalty on a 65-yard touchdown. And it's just a 3-point lead for the Blue Devils as Jalen Holston scampers up the middle. The defense, he's everything you'd want in a football player. Works hard, smart, unbelievable teammate. 3rd down, across the middle. Jalen Holston will move the chains. Got a timeout, you need a 1st down. The tight end, Nick Gallo. Clock will stop. Brent Fry takes a timeout. 7 seconds to go.
Well, certainly for Virginia Tech, because they only had the ball for about 9 minutes in the first quarter, the first half. They're looking to possess the ball a little bit more.
1st down right at the 35-yard line, complete to Daquan Wright, the true freshman tight end from Perry, Georgia. Before that run, Leonard had outrushed the Hokies individually. Back to King. Good move to the outside and out of bounds to the 47-yard line. Wells looking to throw. 4 receivers in the route. He'll take it himself. Big sliding gain for Grant Wells.
Radar where he hasn't been as accurate as he needed to be. Well, he didn't even worry about that. He just pulls it down and takes off.
Too many quarterbacks have the mindset, if you hit me, it's going to hurt for you. Nowhere to go this time for Jordan Waters. He lost a yard back to the 20.
Let's see if they pressure.
You're Riley Leonard here. Just don't make a mistake.
Here comes the pressure.
Pressure's coming. Deep ball in the air. Jalen Calhoun can't make the catch. Duke needs 5 yards for the 1st down. Waters did not get there. Barely to the line of scrimmage.
I think that the young kid has got a chance to be a star, and he's got the Tar Heels poised to do some damage.
Big play for the Hokies down the sideline. It's Holston out of the backfield.
See, he's really quick. Get the ball out. Now you got Holston down the sideline. He's got a chance to turn and run with it, and he finishes the run as well. Back to doing what they've been doing all year long, running the ball, and Riley Leonard making plays.
On 3rd and long, it's Jalen Coleman scurrying to the 21. 2 for 2 on 4th down today. Leonard's going to keep it, and he's going to come up short.
Yeah, I see a little surprise there, Evan, that they didn't let the kicker come in and kick it. 2,800 rushing yards and 36 touchdowns for this young man in high school last year.
You see the potential. Wells completes it for Holloway. Nice catch. Out of bounds, right at midfield.
They give it to him, lowers the shoulder, drives towards that goal line. Is he in? Yes, he is. Hokies strike first.
Take a look at it right here. Just get a cross block, get good push by the offensive line. Guys fighting, scrapping.
And they fake it. Pitch it out to him, cuts it up, and he has the first down.
Man, miss. Run a little option, play, boom, pitch it out there to watch. Cut it back inside, pick up the first down.
Cutting it up, Holston lunging for the end zone, and he's in.
Perfect drive for Virginia Tech, a turnover and run it in.
Holston lowers the shoulder, drives towards the end zone, and he's in. Here it comes. Rolling out, throw, catch made, and the two-point conversion attempt is good. There's your boy, Caleb Smith. You've been calling for it. Bennett trying to run. Ball knocked free, loose on the turf, covered up by the Hokies. Jalen Griffin falls on it. They force a second turnover, and this one may prove to be the biggest. I believe it was that Garbutt that got to him. What an afternoon Taiwan Garbutt has had. Empty backfield. Pressure comes. Bennett tries to escape. He can't. Dropped. Nerone Pollard got to him. Holston remains in the backfield. 94 yards on the ground for him today. They give it to him. Lowers the shoulder. Drives forward. Looks like he'll have enough for the first down, and that should do it. But I think you can see from the reaction from Brent Pry how much this one means and how much it means just to find some success